if you're using AI to create new things that you could never do, like what Jeff said, that you could never do before, but you have this ideal and you want to illustrate it, and you know exactly what you want to illustrate, but you don't want to pay it. Like, you got to go pay a tattoo artist to tattoo on your skin, right?
Right.
So you have to pay a specialist. You have to pay a specialist to do this drawing, this ideal, whatever. So all you're really doing is cutting out the middleman. And to be honest, isn't that how society works? Isn't that how evolution works?
Yeah.
Don't we all
cut out the middleman?
Don't we all have tools? Like, we all use tools, and then we replace those tools. We evolve those tools. So I mean, we're doing is just evolving, and I feel like AI is a great tool to use. And if you use it right, you're not going to get cut off. I mean, if you're already an artist, AI is going to multiply that. It's only going to multiply. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go out and buy those paint brushes and those canvases. You already have the ideal in your mind that you want to paint. Now you don't have to buy those canvases and all that other stuff and the sculptures.
Yeah.
You can 3D print stuff. You know, like it's
become
only
easier.
going to help people. It makes whatever you're doing better. Even especially if you're a rapper. Oh my God! I mean, if you're a singer or a song artist and you have this ideal in mind, what you want to sing, what you want to rap, maybe, you know, they use auto-tune. Is that a form of AI? Because auto-tune, all it does is enhances your voice.
Right.
You got AI that can freaking make you sound like Beyonce if you wanted to. You know?
I feel it. I feel that. So would you say, like, it's not necessarily the product, it's the intent behind the creation? Now, I wouldn't say product. Let me say the creation. So is it the intent behind the creation?
Because some people genuinely probably want to put out
they have an idea, they have a vision,
but they just cannot.
They don't have the faculties.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? They may have a disability. They may have
not just
something.
that. Yeah. Well, not just that, because we know my brother follows a couple of artists that cannot draw, but they'll use AI to create the art that's in their mind. So that's kind of the perspective I see that you're saying.
Jose,
so it seems. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jose.
Go.
Okay. All right, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, to that aspect, it just seems like people are haters. It seems like people who look at somebody cheat, they're gonna say they're cheating their way or this and that. It seems like you're not looking at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like some people say, "Oh, I don't want people to have access to my talent." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they try to gatekeep
that
that. They want to gatekeep
right?
That
they want to
talent.
label it, make it
it
exclusive. I feel it.
Yo, I get a lot of, because I love fucking autotune. I
Okay.
love to fucking put it on and just kind of go off. Before I say that, I want to say, Baldhead Jeff, that intro was fucking amazing. And that's art to me, to be quite honest with you. That's a talent.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
I tell everybody, anybody can sing. So that what you did right there, that shit was fucking.
I mean,
beautiful.
if you see at the beginning, man, it was like it took a lot. It took a lot of memorization. Like, watch our old videos, and you'll be like, "What the hell is this man doing?" And so it took me. Yeah,
that shit was great.
No, it's practice.
I appreciate that.
But going back to autotune,
yeah,
I was kind of going right there with Jimmy. It's like, I get a lot of shit like, "Yo, don't use autotune." To me, it's like, I see it as autotune allows me to be rawer on my first take and keep that first take, or keep those first takes.
Gotcha.
The emotion.
It allows me to kind of the emotion, right? So, and that's kind of like how I see AI too. It kind of provides that opportunity to be imperfect rather than too perfect, and that's coming from like a standpoint of like making music, right?
I got you.
But real quick though,
sensational.
If there's a AI picture on Instagram and I screenshot it. Is it okay if I use that picture on my SoundCloud without giving credit?
No, not at all.
I always give credit, but I'm only asking, right?
No, right, because because if a piece of AI art is just scrubbed art from around the internet, already created art, that's, an amalgamation of all that, isn't that a copyright in itself? And then you just screenshot it, and then you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that a
like what's the line?
where do you draw the line where it's no longer the ownership of the original creator?
Yes.
And that's where I say, like, what is the intent behind it? Like, behind the creation.
Well, isn't that what they try to do with NFT and that failed so horribly?
Oh man,
and it failed.
Bro.
They said they try to build this whole fucking fake world and all this other stuff. And
what's the intent?
If you have an
right.
NFT,
it was all for money.
What's the intent?
You can't copyright
it.
But that's the thing, bro. Like, there is no gatekeeping.
But,
I mean, you exploded.
But the thing is, like,
explodes.
Go for it.
With anything, is always gonna be that first boom. You're gonna get that first wave. Anything that happens, the first wave,
new.
It's always imperfect. It's new. There's always something that goes this way, that way, whatever. But it always straighten out, and it just becomes a part of society. Right now, you're gonna have a lot, and it's good though. That's a good thing. You're gonna have a lot of complaints. You're gonna have a lot of people who are aggravated. And all that's going to do is raise concerns, and eventually all those concerns are going to be fixed. It might not be fixed right away, but we're going to get to the solution. Okay, we got a picture, AI copied this pictures from somewhere else, and now other people are, using that picture or whatever, and they're pretty much stealing it or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing. Okay, so prime example. When that happened, people started watermarking the fuck out of their pictures, where you couldn't do it, or you're gonna basically ruin the pictures. Like even on Instagram, they have a watermark.
Yeah, everything's watermarked.
You see where it's at.
Word.
So it's like maybe obviously maybe AI can take that off, but they found a solution temporarily, and to be honest, it looks like it's actually like one of the solutions is to make sure that you're watermarking this or doing that, or just making sure that your product is secure.
Gotcha.
But yes, there's gonna be complications. So raise those aggravations, and find a Reddit or whatever, and until it's fixed, and then next that's it. Keep raising those problems, and hopefully there's gonna be a solution.
How about you?
Or ask AI. Or ask AI. To be honest, you can solve the headache by just asking AI how to stop something, and to be honest, they find the best answers.
I got you.
I'll talk about it from like the music standpoint.
I got you.
They've been using autotune for the longest time, right?
Yeah,
we just kind of didn't know about it
since before T-Pain in 2005.
What? That's real.
Way before that.
Way before T-Pain. Way before T-Pain.
And even like making beats, right? Like you can use Pro Tools and like set the timing to the BPM. That's not the musician doing a perfect job.
That's the auto beat.
That's the auto beat. Yeah. Daft Punk back in the 70s and 80s.
Word. That's facts. That's facts.
One of the greatest.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like it's technology, but where I see it going now, though, is like it almost allows me to beat it by actually being more human rather than actually trying to match AI, right? It's like I've heard like the Drake's AI covers. Drake? I've heard all the
right.
Oh, like Kanye West when he came out with his Auto-Tune album.
Right. So it's like, to me, it's like, you know what? Fuck that. I want to be now a little bit off time, a little bit off key. Just so it almost allows me to. One thing that AI can't do is be human, right? So
that's facts.
If I can come in here and just be me,
that's real.
Rather than
that's real. That's real. Yeah, that's true. The prompt can't write itself.
It's almost.
The prompt can't write. Yeah, the creation can't create itself.
People like, I've given people auto-tune all day, all night, and they still can't get a fucking note right, or they're not on the wrong key, or they can't get on the right key.
Right. Auto-tune just
it doesn't help much.
Right. Yeah. It really doesn't.
It just helps you hit the pitches that you can't hit.
And then if you do too much of it, it's really noticeable too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that degrades the quality.
Right.
No, that's facts.
Right.
That's facts. No,
and I've also used auto-tune to like get the right key, get the right flow, and then go back in there and just practice it without the auto-tune, right?
But with your, sorry to interrupt you, but like with your aspect, the way you create, there's still a bunch of involvement from you. You get what I'm saying? Like you still have that idea. You still know what notes you want to play. You still know what output you want.
Yeah, what key
it's not a random generation where it's just like, hey, create a ballad for me and then I'll just play it, you know? And then I'll just...
I mean, bro, the thing is that you can ask AI to like write a whole song for you, and if you don't got the flow, if you don't got the... If you don't got it in you, it will never sound right.
It'll just sound like a tin can. You feel me? No, that's real.
So, like, to Jimmy's point, it's like it only amplifies what you are. Mm-hmm. If you don't got it in you, you don't got it in you.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's like Kaz said too. One of the artists that we had on 2 months ago, he basically said, if you don't have if you don't have the drive to create it, then why are you in it in the first place? If it's just for money, then you're not gonna stay in it. But
that's facts. That's facts.
Well, okay, so here's my thing, right? Okay, so I feel like with this conversation, I feel like the only problem is when it's monetized. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
And I don't think you guys are looking from it from the broad perspective of it's not just about money. It's not just about people stealing this. You got people who are dealing with depression who just want to hear themselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people want to hear. They write these songs, but they can't sing. Right? Some people, they have these ideals in their mind. Some people, and some of these things that AI can do will never leave their house. Mm-hmm. You know, it will never leave their